Sun damage.
Yes, sun exposure can really do a number on your skin if you don't protect yourself and use an SPF product.
You are so right, Misty. UVA and UVB rays can cause problems like these sunspots, but it can also cause premature aging in the form of wrinkles. Premature aging means that the changes that occur in the skin are not due to the natural aging process. That part is key. They can be prevented. So every time we expose ourselves to the sun, changes occur to the skin, and in time, those changes alter how our skin looks and feels. Now, most people mistakenly consider the changes that their skin experiences over time as a normal part of aging. However, if your skin has not been exposed to UV radiation, it actually ages differently. Some of the skin changes that you may see that are caused by sun exposure and are not simply as a result of aging are leathery skin texture, loose and wrinkled skin, dryness, freckles, brown spots, sometimes referred to as liver spots or hyperpigmentation. And they're usually seen on the backs of your hands, the chest, shoulders, arms, and upper back. Remember, your skin is exposed to the sun anytime you walk outdoors. It's not just when you are sitting poolside or at the beach. It's not just in the spring or in the summer. It's when you walk the dog, go out to get the mail, or sit on the sidelines of your kids' games. And of course, driving the car. Driving is an example of sun exposure that many people forget about. Just because you're inside the car doesn't mean the dangerous rays aren't penetrating the windows and onto your skin.
I know exactly what you mean. I've noticed that I have more color on my left arm than I do on my right arm as a result of, in the past, not putting on sunscreen when I'm driving. And now, girls, I carry it in the car, I carry it everywhere I go. You know, there was an article in the New England Journal of Medicine about a man who was a truck driver for 28 years. Look how drastic the difference is between the two sides of his face. His left side was continuously exposed to the sun during those 28 years. Apparently, even medical experts have been shocked by this, saying that the left side of his face looks about 20 years older than the right side of his face.
Isn't that incredible?
Yes, now, definitely. Let's take a look at this next image. These women are actually twins. And Michelle, you found this image for us. Can you tell us a little bit about these ladies?
Absolutely. So they're actually genetically identical twins, but they've led very different lifestyles. One spent more time in the sun and didn't use sunscreen, and the other protected her skin and didn't spend much time outdoors.
Does this mean that the more exposure a person gets to UVA and UVB rays, the faster their skin will age?
It can definitely contribute to that, yes. That's because the damage from the sun will speed up the process of breaking down the healthy skin cells. Cell turnover shows, and this can have a dulling effect on your complexion. Plus, collagen and elastin suffer damage, leaving the skin less resilient. Skin aging is the result of two very specific processes. Intrinsic aging, which is related to the natural aging process and genetic influences, and extrinsic aging, or accumulated damage due to the environmental factors such as sun exposure. Together, they eventually cause the visible signs of aging to appear, and over time, these signs will progress. While your actual age can certainly influence how young or old your skin looks, your skin age can also be the result of multiple internal and external factors. The sun is just one of those external factors.
Okay, when we talk about the dangerous rays of the sun, we talk about two different kinds of rays. Can you explain the difference between the UVA and UVB rays for us?
Absolutely. So first, let's remember that ultraviolet is short. UV is short for ultraviolet, which has to do with the wavelength. UVA rays penetrate the skin more deeply than UVB and are a major cause of skin aging and wrinkling. Recent studies have actually shown that UVA rays may help initiate the development of skin cancers. Now, UVB rays are associated with skin reddening and sunburn, so their damage is mostly superficial, but they still contribute to photoaging and skin cancers. So think of it like this. A is for aging, B is for burn. So when you're looking for sun protection, look for what's called broad spectrum protection, meaning you are getting protection from both of these types of rays. Or more importantly, keep your sun exposure to a minimum, and please, please stay out of tanning beds.
Oh, amen. Tanning beds should be outlawed. Okay, so let's go back and talk about broad spectrum protection. All Mary Kay products containing SPF provide that broad spectrum protection, right, Michelle?
You are correct. They do. There are several active ingredients approved by the FDA in the United States for use in sunscreens. Some of which you may have recognized and you've heard that are in Mary Kay products include avobenzone and oxybenzone. Both of these are highly effective sunscreen ingredients that are commonly used for broad spectrum protection. So if you are using the Time-Wise Repair Regimen, you're getting broad spectrum protection from the Repair Day Cream Broad Spectrum SPF 30. And if you're using the Time-Wise Miracle Set, you're getting protection from the Day Solution Broad Spectrum SPF 35. Then of course we also have our Sun Care line, CC Cream, Foundation Primer, all of which contain at least SPF 15 or higher, which is the minimum protection that we recommend.
Okay, that's awesome. Here's something that I wanted to share with the audience. I feel like this image really demonstrates the importance of sun protection. This is an image of my face during an examination with an instrument that can identify the extent of sun damage beneath the surface of the skin. Damage that can't be seen by the naked eye, but it's gonna come out eventually. And for this picture, I'm not wearing any sunscreen at all. And the dark areas you see in this image represent sun damage. This really surprised me because you guys can see me up here on stage and my skin looks healthy. You would never know just by looking at me that all of this mess was going on under the surface. And all of this just because I didn't know the importance of really protecting my skin when I was younger. Now, let's put up the second image. This is me just a few minutes later on the same day after I applied Mary Kay Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF. It looks like I'm just covered in a mask. What do you think about that? It's shocking, isn't it? Michelle, can you tell us what's going on here?
Well, I think the image speaks for itself. It looks like you're wearing a mask. Really, it's what we need when you're protecting your skin from the sun. Sunscreen blocks UVA rays. When you apply sunscreen, you're creating a barrier of protection from the harmful rays of the sun. Can we put up the images side by side?
Okay, with sunscreen and without sunscreen. I think this is extremely, extremely powerful. And I hope you guys feel empowered to know that the products you sell not only give your customers skin that they want to glow and tell about, but also help prevent skin cancer.